If you've ever wondered what a glow beat is, glow comes from Chief Keef's Glow Gang, or Glory Boys Entertainment, with roots in the Chicago drill scene, and they sound like this. They do it all for soul, so you boys ain't making no noise. Y'all know we smoke dope all day, all night. Chief Keef's seen as the godfather of drill because he popularized it in the early 2010s after rappers like King Louie and Pac-Man pioneered it. Young Chop was the main producer with hits like Love Sosa and I Don't Like, and producers such as DP Beats and Chase the Money helped evolve the sound and keep it alive today. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a simple formula to make hard-hitting, authentic glow beats from scratch. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so for the BPM, you're usually sticking around 140. You could go down to 130, up to 150, but 140 is a nice sweet spot. And then for VSTs, you want to think about synths that have nice orchestral sounds, leads, pads, and things like that. So think about Nexus, Expand 2, Electra X, and even Analog Lab. Roland Cloud plugins are really good too, so we'll see. The majority of these beats start with brass elements, but you don't always have to do that. And there's 1,000 tutorials out there like it, so I'm thinking we could start with some strings instead. Just pulled up the stereo strings preset in Analog Lab. And for the key, it doesn't matter for now, but I'm starting in F sharp minor. And I'm just going to draw out a simple chord. Just 3 notes. All I'm doing is skipping a note in the scale and skipping another one. Then we can expand on this by just getting the root note on top. Then with the top notes, we can just create a little bit of a melody. And then to get that dark vibe, we could use this note. Yeah, something like this. Let's repeat that, and then we could grab the bass notes. Come down like this. Copy that. We've got a sick foundation. And then for some variation, let's bring this note up here. Could also make that note a bit longer, like this. Then we could just hit Alt+R to randomize the velocity. So for the main melody, just keep it pretty simple like this. And again, you don't have to use strings. You could use brass for this instead. All right, next up, I want some plucks. And I've just found this in Electra X. And with the pluck, I'm just trying to think of a repetitive pattern. See what sounds right. And then it could come back down. Let's just copy this. Alright, next up, I think we just need an ARP. Like even this, you know. And what I could do is just copy the main melody, paste it into here. But with this one, let's get rid of the top line. Let's pitch it up an octave though. So I'm feeling that it's kind of subtle. Alright, let's get a pad in there as well. Oh, this one's kind of sick. This is like an ARP. Let's just keep layering. Let's take that pluck. We'll copy the MIDI into the pad. Let's try a higher octave again. Yeah, this is sounding hard. Okay, what I think we need to do now is render this and pitch it up to get some texture. And then we can add a few more layers to that. So we could just right click, consolidate, time selection. Now we got this. So let's set it to stretch. And we'll bring it up by like 5. Yeah, so even this is sounding crazy, you know. The energy in this beat could be mad. And then we'll add some halftime, but we'll bring down the mix to like 20%. Yeah, that's hard. Now it's like we've got another layer on the low end. Let's keep adding to this though, because I like the way it's going. This is a technique I use a lot, but I want to create some high end from this melody. So I've just rendered it again. I'm going to unmute the first one, and this will just be a high texture layer. So let's set it to stretch and pitch it up an octave, send it to another mixer, or just to really shift it, let's add sound shifter and pitch it up a second octave, because now we can add halftime to bring it back down. So even just with those two, it sounds like this. Sounds mad stretched, but when we filter it and add some reverb, it'll sound sick with it. Let's just pull up an EQ. Something like that. And then some reverb. And now we've just created a whole nother layer without needing to add another melody. If you really want to separate it, you could add pancake. And this will just pad it both sides over time. There we go. And then from here, just so we've got a few different parts to work with, let's add another pattern halfway through. Then we'll go to my Sacred Trap Suite, the Nightfall one-shot kit. And I'm just going to grab some keys. I think this one. And then with this, we'll just bring everything down in the envelope except for the hold. So now it'll only play for as long as we make it. Now because we pitched it up, we're working in B minor. We could use the same chord, but get rid of the middle note. And again, just going for repetitive melodies, so this will work. copy that. We'll just add a bit of EQ and then some reverb. Alright, the melody's almost there. To be honest, this would be more than enough, but I want to add a lead and just a couple last minute texture layers. So let's add another layer for lead. And I'm going to pull up Electric X again, just because it's perfect for these type of sounds. See what we can find. With the lead, we could either think of another counter melody, or we could just use one note. Could just use the root note like this. And we'll just add that in some parts where we need more energy. So yeah, let's copy that out and we'll just have it in this part. You're probably thinking these beats need brass elements. So let's pull up Expand 2, go to Brass and Woodwind, try Natural Selection. And I don't think we need to add more to the melody, but we could add brass with a bass. And then I think just these notes as well. Could copy that. But in this one, we'll just add 2 like this. There we go. Alright, this is sounding mad. So we've got all that energy for the hook, and then after that we could just add halftime to the whole melody. And this will be more of a verse section, so there's way more space. This is gonna sound mad. Okay, let's stay in the Sacred Trap Suite, which is my #1 trap bundle, and the Dominion drum kit has perfect sounds for this. We'll go to 808s. I really like this Goliath one. So let's bring this in, and I'll have this when the brass isn't playing. I'm thinking something like this. Let's add a little slide note up here. And then maybe another one there. So we could copy this, but this time around we'll bring these up an octave. This pattern's mad. Second time around, let's cut this there. So we've got this pause. And then if we copy that, I think we can make some cuts here. There we go. This pattern's just got crazy energy. Let's take it old school with the chop snare. Kind of a simple pattern. But with these beats, you can add a lot of atmosphere with reverb. Alright, let's try the Kingpin hi-hat. We can start with every 2-step and then start adding some rolls. Actually, maybe the Gliz one. And then at this point, I'm just adding rolls where I think they fit. Let's try a long one there as well. Copy this. Or we can separate the last one like this. Let's copy that. And then the second half, switch it up here. Tidy up that bass a bit. I'm just going to take out the low end of the melody. You know what, for these beats we definitely need some sort of crash in there, and it's got to be this one. Just those two. We could even add 2 crashes or a ride or just something to keep the atmosphere going. Let's try this open hat, set it to cut itself, and then I think we could just add these. Then why not get one more in there? This is just landing on some of the snares. And if we're going old school trap like this, definitely need a Z chant. Could layer this with the first snare. Turn it up a bit. Then I think we need an old school trap riser, but there's one in my G'd up drum kit that will work. Yeah, something like this. And then we'll just bring it down to the root note. Yeah, hard. Now we've got this verse section to work with. Let's copy the drums over. What might be hiding this part is if we bring the brass in and then just cut some of the drums. Yeah, then straight back into the drums like this. You know what, in this part, I'm really hearing a lead, man. Alright, let's go back to my sacred trap suite. We'll just go to snares. We'll grab the essential snare too, and I just want to add some rolls in some parts. I'm just doing something like this. And then we could just pan these as well. And then only other thing you might want to add is just some cuts in the drums like this. Then just one more in the hats here. These breaks with the rolls sound crazy. Alright, quickly for the intro. I'm going to start with the main melody, but then bring this layer in. Just the halftime. Then I think we could bring the brass in as well. And then to bring in the atmosphere, let's just add these crashes. And then just as a classic sound, I'm going to add Fruity Love Filter. This is only going to be before the drop. So let's just add that here. Okay, let's have a listen from the beginning. So just starting with that main melody. We'll bring in halftime. Now we've got the brass.
Cactus.
And then straight away we've got the atmosphere with the crashes. Yo, this beat turned out crazy. It's wild. Mad energy, you know. So now everything chills out for the verse. Yo, I can hear Keef all over this, you know. I hope you guys really like this one. If you did, then let me know in the comments. And if you want these sounds, check out the Sacred Trap Suite. The link's in the description.